Hello, it's Andrew Finsom again, and I did say in a previous video that I was going to show people how to plant mistletoe, because over the last 50-60 years, even going back to the war, lots of trees have been grubbed up, especially orchards and things like this, to make more farmland available for other crops and things. So we've lost an awful lot of our mistletoe and a lot of native species of trees and things like this. One of the great things that we had in the British countryside that goes back eons and eons to even before Druidic times and things was the growth of mistletoe on trees. Now I've made this Christmassy sort of display here because I've decided not to use traditional Christmas decorations, but to use little bits and pieces that I've found in the woods that I can make this nice cozy little display up. But here we have some mistletoe. So this is mistletoe, and it grows on apple trees, oak trees, and many other types of trees actually. And we're going to go outside in a minute, and I'm going to show you how to plant this. But first of all, I'm going to show you one I planted a couple of years ago that's come through. And according to folklore, if you see a tree with mistletoe in it, it's supposed to have be a sign that there's a god residing within the tree. So there's all this sort of folklore and things going back about tree spirits, and the Druids held mistletoe in very high esteem. They called it all heal, and they used to cut it from an oak tree with a golden sickle, and they held it in very high esteem indeed. So my mission is really to get everybody replanting mistletoe. Now do bear in mind that it is poisonous, so wash your hands after you've handled it and things like that. And it's quite simple to plant. The best time of course to plant it is April, but you can put the seeds, as long as they're nice and jelly like, into little crevices in apple trees, oak trees, etc. Just try it out. But I'd like people to, you know, try and plant this as much as they can in their local area to re-establish mistletoe throughout Britain. So that's the mission really. So here we go. This very, very ancient parasitic plant growing from the side of ancient trees and things is an incredible sight for anybody to see, and I think it's something we need to bring back. So there we are. There's a piece of mistletoe, and these are the berries, and we're going to go outside in a minute and we're going to have a look at one I did earlier, and then I'm going to show you how to plant it. Okay, I was explaining about planting mistletoe. I planted this one in this Cox's orange pippin tree about 2 years ago by just rubbing the seed into a little crevice on the tree, and this is the result. So this will grow quite a lot in the next few years, and hopefully we'll get some berries. But as you can see, it's well established. First of all, what will happen is about a year after you've rubbed it into the bark, you'll get two little sort of prongs come out, and then it will develop into leaves. So now we're going to go into the garden and we're going to have a look, and I'm going to show you how to actually plant mistletoe. Right, well here we are in the garden, and I'm with this apple tree now, which is about 4 years old, and I'm going to show you how to plant the mistletoe. What we're looking for is little crevices, and we're looking for little places where the mistletoe is going to take. So I'm going to pull off a berry. I'm going to get a bit nearer. Okay, and I'm going to squeeze it in there. Okay, and you'll find it's very slimy, but if you leave it in there like that, that will stick to it and it will dry out and the birds won't get it. Okay, here's one I did earlier in the year, and as you can see, there's a couple of prongs coming out which are going to develop into the mistletoe leaves. This is actually a walnut tree, so it'd be interesting to see if it grows on walnut, but it looks like it's struck, and we should have a display coming out here in 4 or 5 years time, rather like round the front, and hopefully it'll develop and it'll look really good. Okay, so there you have it, how to plant mistletoe. You can buy this, I mean, at Christmas time, or if you see it in the hedges or something, ask the farmer if you can have a piece, but don't go around pulling it down willy-nilly, because it is something that is quite endangered, and the whole idea of this is to respread mistletoe throughout the country. So do try it on different trees, making sure that you get it in the splits on the bark and things like that, so that the birds and things can't peck it away. But it will, with the jelly in the berry, when it dries out, it will stick to it and the birds won't try and eat it then. So there you have it, how to plant mistletoe in merry England.